friends, welcome to Sonia Goes Natural. Leftover food items normally goes for a waste as we cannot think anything interesting out of the leftover food items. In this direction, I have tried recreating about 4 items from the leftover food items which I had a day ahead. So something really interesting came out of it which I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you guys like it. So let's get started with the leftover food special. Starting with idli Szechuan or Szechuan idli, I have taken 6 to 7 idlis which have been cut into pieces, roasted peanuts. I have taken capsicum and onion and curry leaves, zira, salt to taste, red chili powder, and this is about 1.5 teaspoon of Szechuan chutney. So this is all which makes a yummy recipe liked by one and all. Putting the oil, which is about 2 teaspoon of oil. Oil should be a bit on the higher side because that gives that idlis to it avoids the idlis from drying. So after the sputtering of the onions and the zira, the curry leaves, I going to roast it properly. Not much browning of the onion is required. Now is the time for me to add the green capsicum, ensuring the green color of the capsicum remains retained, as that adds color to the Szechuan idli, as you say. Kids actually really love this recipe. With the peanuts, the flavors get really multiplied. So peanut is, in my opinion, the unavoidable element in Szechuan idli. Now the seasoning in form of salt, Kashmiri red chili, as the kids don't like much spicy food. It gives the color to your masala idli. Tossing it properly, and now the name Szechuan sauce going into this. Putting a little bit coriander for the added freshness. The rest will be added while the time of the serving. And now putting the idlis, giving it a nice mix, ensuring it doesn't break. Be careful while mixing the idlis. And presented to you this wonderful Szechuan idli. Enjoy. My next recipe is biryani bites. I've taken this 1 katori of biryani which was left. This is the veg biryani. I have taken about, you can say, 3 to 4 boiled potatoes. I have taken a little bit of corn flour, seasoning in form of salt, garam masala, red chili powder, and these are the breadcrumbs, and this is 1 small onions, and this is cheese. That's the ingredients which I need for my biryani. Now in this onion, first of all, the potatoes, I'm going to season it. I'm putting that cheese, I'm grating the cheese. This is the cheese cube which I have taken. So the flavor of the cheese adds up the taste, and when you eat the biryani bites, the cheese melts into your mouth, and that's a very, very wonderful feeling. So after this has been done, I'm going to put all the masalas into it, starting with coriander and the onion, and the rest of the dry masalas will now go and season the potatoes. This biryani itself has a lot of masalas. You don't need much seasoning into this. This seasoning is only for the salt, to taste, and the garam masala, and a little bit of red chili. So this is all what we need for the seasoning of the boiled potatoes. Now boiled potatoes have been seasoned properly with all the added ingredients. Now I'm adding this to the biryani, mixing this properly with your hands
together.
This is the best medium of mixing
being mixed
when you have to roll it into small bites. Now the corn flour, I'm taking a little bit corn flour, a very thin paste of the corn flour has to be made, and this corn flour paste is being made. This is the consistency, the very thin consistency we require. And now I'm rolling this, putting it in the corn flour mix and coating it with the breadcrumbs so that it doesn't break. If you haven't subscribed, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel for such interesting recipes. And now is the time for it to get crispy. Oil shouldn't be very much hot. It should be a little bit higher than lukewarm, not very high. Want it to get cooked properly, and this is the crispy flavors of the biryani bites. Such an interesting recipe, please do try. And now I'm coming with veg kati roll, which I've taken lovely colored bell peppers, I have taken nutri nuggets, I have taken onions and the dry spices, and this is the green chutney, and these are the leftover chapatis. So let's get started with this recipe. Now my pan is heated. I'm putting a little bit of oil there. As the oil gets heated, the zira is put, waiting for it to sputter before we add the other things into it. The onions I have cut long because I wanted to blend it with the bell peppers. So now I'm adding nutri nuggets. This is about 1 small katori of nutri nuggets which I had boiled. This is the packet nuggets which you normally get, and this increases the protein content in the diet of the children. So this is a very interesting recipe, and it turns out to be very tasty. Seasoning it with salt, a little bit of garam masala and red chili powder, Kashmiri red middle chili again, and nicely mixing it. Now is the time for me to add a little bit of tomato sauce, as kids love tomato sauce in the recipe. So these recipes are mainly co-centered around the kids, making it more interesting for the kids as they don't eat chapatis. So this is a very interesting thing. Putting in the tri-colored bell peppers. Again, you see the nutrition is coming through the nutri nuggets, through the vegetables, and chapati is there. So this is a fully loaded kati roll, giving a lot of taste to the kids. So this leftover chapatis, I am nicely putting the green chutney on this to make it more yummier. This is a pudina green chutney. The recipe you can find in the description box if you want to have a look at it. And now at one side I'm going to put the vegetables. So you can see you have to just place the vegetables at one end so that the rolling of the kati roll becomes easy. And now putting a little bit of pyaz for the added, or the onions as you say, for the added crispiness. When you are eating the kati roll, this tastes wonderful. The crispiness of the onions is really very interesting thing. And now rolling this kati roll in the silver foil for the kids to handle it. Here is ready my wonderful kati rolls. Enjoy. The last recipe is in form of the leftover dal chilas. Yes, this is the moong dal, 1 katori, and this is about 1 big katori of besan. These are the seasoning, salt, red chili powder, all going into it. The little bit of haldi and dry coriander powder, all going into the besan. And then this dal, small katori of dal, is going into the besan, or the ground floor as you call. And then these are finely chopped small onion which I had. So this onion and this tomatoes give the softness which again comes with dal also. So these chilas turn out to be really amazing, believe me. They're very soft and very yummy. Again, the content is doubled with the dry gram flour and the dal together. So they say these chilas are very good for weight loss as well. Do try this recipe if you want to eat some healthy option and you want to use the dal. See how wonderful they have turned out to be. If you have enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up. Bye bye.